Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. Going to be continuing our Let's Play series for Steelrising. Left off in the middle of the Montmartre. However you would say that. Looks like a quarry to me. Locked chest. Time has come for what is sure to be a decisive battle. Hardened by the weeks spent in the underground, we are now ready to defend this place, our last stronghold. It will be us or the machine that decimated our ranks. We have chosen the battlefield for our fight. Despite their dwindling numbers, the First Company is already hard at work sabotaging the floor of the Great Cavern. It is up to us, whom fate has chosen to carry out this most perilous mission, to lure the enemy there and trap it. There is not a dreamer among us who hopes to survive this battle, but we go to our deaths with hearts bursting with love for our nation.
Look at them, parading around like peacocks. These scoundrels, rotten to their very core. See how they proudly display their vices and shameful privileges, tirelessly working to drag morality through the mud, trampling love itself.
The Queen is said to have read your liaison before her husband banned it. It's hilarious, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. No matter how hard I work to denounce their immoral practices, the aristocrats saw my novel as nothing more than a light-hearted bit of fluff. How naive I was to imagine that my pen could slice away the gangrene of their debauchery.
Well, fortunately, you have more than one string to your bow, mon capitaine.
Bungler's hat. Ooh, we finally got something that's a little bit better for armor. Oh no, this is the thing that was in the very beginning that we just didn't put on. That we took off so that we could have a full set on. Better. What I was trying to say. Okay, so where are we going? Ah, up. Didn't even notice there was an up.
Monsieur Marat.
Huh? Hey? Who goes there? La diable, je m'attendais. So this is the famous Huntress Diana I've heard so much about. Truly, 'tis an honor, madame. Now let me have a look at you. Oh, oui. You're just as they described. An angel of death, descended from the heavens to vanquish the clockwork tyrant.
Who depicted me this way, monsieur?
Mes compagnons, madame. Chief among them is Monsieur Chaudelot de la Clos. They have observed you dispensing justice all over the city. A most expeditious justice at that, as befits the crimes committed by our good king. What a strange machine you are. Gifted with intelligence, clearly, but also with speech and the freedom to do as you please. Cependant, you are still an automat. Who is your master?
It was on the Queen's orders that I came to Paris.
The poor thing. To what new level of desperation has her husband's madness driven her? Does she finally intend to leave this kingdom, where she should never have set her dainty little feet?
No, monsieur. She means to put an end to her husband's madness.
What, with you? You in what army? That's quite amusing, you must admit.
And you, Monsieur Marat? Who is your master?
I serve not a master, but a cause. That of the Duc d'Orléans. His cousin the king has no place on that throne, and nor does his wretched dynasty. The Bourbons, along with their wars, their crimes, and their vices, are finished. It's high time their scepter be passed to an enlightened, just monarch. One who is sympathetic to the people's sufferings. But now that I think about it, madame, look at us. We've been standing around chatting like old friends for several minutes, and I still don't know to what I owe the pleasure of your visit.
I must go to the Bastille, where Monsieur de Vaucanson is imprisoned.
Oui. Such a sad fate for a king's lackey. And what do you want with your creator? This man whose blood-stained hands built the army that's currently setting Paris ablaze.
What Vaucanson has done, only Vaucanson can undo.
Fair enough. Alas, while I come and go as I please through these tunnels, it is impossible to enter the fortress.
Impossible, dites-vous?
A sanguinary automat is spreading death and terror in the depths of this quarry. At the cost of their lives, my comrades were able to sabotage the floor of the cave to limit its movements. Nevertheless, it stands between you and the tunnel that leads to the Quartier du Temple, and that's the only way to reach the Bastille.
And yet that's exactly what I intend to do, Monsieur Marat.
À votre guise. I shall not attempt to dissuade you. There is one small thing, though. I had to disable the mobile walkways to protect myself from the automats. But since you managed to come here, I assume you already know a lot about these devices.
Indeed.
Here. This will allow you to reach the lower tunnels.
A political and impartial journal by this person, 20th of June, 1789. I wish here to denounce the publicity of the Marquis de Lafayette, the aspiring tyrant on whose shoulders the confidence of a nation blinded by perfidious artifice now rests. It is well known how in previous publications that I have attacked the boundless ambitions of our monsieur. What is not known is that he has sworn to kill me, and that I have been forced to go into hiding to escape his vengeance. Know, reader, that the regiment tasked with destroying my printing press and taking me away from my home was sent by the Chatelet. It is our so-called national hero can, in all impunity, order the soldiers of the realm under his command to oppress honest citizens if he can use public force to settle a private quarrel. Who will stop him from using these brave men against the entire people? What will the French people who look at him as their savior think? By ordering the defenders of the nation to trample all over public liberty, the Marquis not only aspires to incite a civil war. This man is unworthy to command the defenders of the nation. Citizens cannot tolerate this shocking abuse. Oh my gosh. Wait until it scrolls down again to finish. Need to read a little faster. It should let you control the speed. I don't understand why it all needs to be automatic. Citizens cannot tolerate this shocking abuse. They must guard against the terrible misfortune that would be the inevitable result of this usurpation of power. Okay. What a clever trick Monsieur Mirabeau placed on us by offering his chest to the bayonets. In the eyes of the people, whoever, oh my gosh, the names, has never shone so brightly, yet the veil must be torn away and the truth must triumph over this person's tone of importance and false air of dignity, for he is nothing more than a slave of favor, a courtier, a zealous servant of authority wearing the mask of patriotism. Saint Marabout, who just 2 years ago would have pawned his knickers for 6 livres, is now bathed in opulence. He has just bought a mansion for the sum of 200,000 livres, which he paid in cash. He has 3 mistresses whom he lavishes with gifts, all who are welcome at his table, and he has paid off his debts. At whose expense, I ask? At the expense of the nation, whose interests he has always sold to the monarch. How this wretch, whom the ignorant have canonized and whom the blind crowds insist on crowning, must laugh at his foolish worshippers. His contempt for the people's cause is so great that he no longer even bothers to conceal it. I'm going to end up missing this last paragraph, I know it, so I'm just going to wait and read it on the second go. Cunning chameleon, you may change color, but you will not escape my eye. I will track your skillful metamorphosis and draw the audience's attention to them, so they will no longer be dazzled by you. It is not you, unworthy upstart, that we shall sacrifice our rights, our freedom, and our happiness.
Have you fixed the walkway?
I am working on it.
That's the only way to reach the mechanism is on this level, near the...
Who laid on this blood-stained mattress?
Oh, it's a strange story. I suppose you heard about what happened in Place Dauphine?
Indeed. I went there.
Well, we took in one of the survivors of the massacre. The only survivor, it seems. Despite his serious injuries, he was particularly talkative.
What did he tell you?
He kept saying that Lafayette was a traitor in the king's pay, that the flaxen-haired hero had deliberately handed his brand new National Guard over to the automatons.
What evidence did your guest have?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. It was based on a simple rumor that was circulating in the camp shortly before the Royal Army attacked. It would appear that several volunteers carried a yellow cartridge in their cartridge pouches. Most likely a subtle way for the conspirators to recognize each other. The subsequent disaster would tend to confirm this hypothesis. Vous ne croyez pas?
These are suspicions. Nothing more.
Right you are. Oh, if only I had proof of this conspiracy. Then I'd be able to scutter the ambitions of that cur Lafayette for good. The would-be dictator's plans would be foiled.
I must get to the bottom of this urgently.
Very well. I encourage you to do so. But remember that the Marquis could not have acted alone. If you can't find anything implicating him, look into the members of his staff. Start in Place Dauphine, where those brigands sullied the ground with their boots.
Monsieur Marat, did you take part in an operation that aimed to kidnap the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte?
Me take part in an operation? Nonsense. My only weapon is my pen, and I have sharpened it, believe you me. That said, we did receive some information concerning the children. Unfortunately, I'm sworn to secrecy. If such an operation did indeed take place, Monsieur de Leclos would have been the one behind it. Alas, I fear that he is no longer of this world. There is little doubt that he and his men fell in the galleries.
Dites-moi, Monsieur Marat. What exactly are you doing hiding in a quarry?
I've made a lot of enemies. In my publications, I have always denounced the corrupt. and those who corrupt them. These vampires who cheat the weak and bleed the nation dry. Chief among them? That crook, Lafayette. That Trenz Sabre. A career soldier who thinks he's Caesar. Not content to maintain an army of rats, this Blondin has all the Châtelet's judges in his pocket. It seems my prose upset him, as he swore to hunt me down. If I hadn't fled, I'd have been done for, there's no doubt about that.
Who are your compagnons?
Patriots who come and go in the quarries throughout the city, under the command of Monsieur Leclos. Alas, there are few left. And I wager that it won't be long before the machines that have taken over our hiding place find me. My hours are numbered. Mais vous-même, have you found any companions for yourself?
Members and supporters of the Third Estate have gathered at the Cordelier Convent.
Would you be so kind as to name them?
In addition to Monsieur de Robespierre, the Comte de Mirabeau is there.
Le Flambeau de Provence. An artful chameleon who skillfully dons every colour of the rainbow.
The Marquis de Lafayette, Monsignor de...
Say no more. They're just the privileged class celebrating the marriage of cowardice and treason. With adversaries like them, the king is sure to triumph.
Who is Monsieur de Leclos?
A brilliant writer whose pen has shaken the old world, but is also an experienced military engineer, who has sworn his sword to our common cause, to his great misfortune, it would appear. There is little doubt that he died leading his men through the tunnels.
All right.
Thanks to what I learned from Monsieur Marat, I will use the mobile walkway to reach the lower levels. Voila. That should have fixed the walkway.
Improved petrification grenade. Like those. For healing. That hurt. Those are not going to be better than what we're using. It's not for our build. Ooh, got a new weapon. Bayonet, so it's a gun, right? Surprised I didn't aggro that one. Maybe I did. Maybe he just has to come all the way around. I won't let him. Looks like that may have been it. Poorly built AI that wouldn't let him come through this way. There is something here. came back. Almost misses.
The Duc d'Orléans' faithful retainer. He was to prepare the way for his takeover, and now he has become one of the king's most bloodthirsty automats. How ironic. Alright. I think we've gotten everything. Definitely a boss room. Nope. Oh, come on. Close. Got off the, There we go. Oh. What are you doing? Quit it.
Leclos, you're alive.
Platoon. Ready. Fire. Fire at will. Senor. We can't stop them. They're upon us. Fixed bayonets. Fixed bayonets.
The fighting has stopped. It's over. Voyez? The Huntress Diana appeared to us. She's the one who saved you.
But the troops. Where are the troops?
You are the only survivor, Leclos.
No. No. We were so close. But those machines... An entire battalion would have been unable to defeat them. We were forced to retreat. Chased into these tunnels by the automats.
I defeated him. I'm not an entire battalion.
It was madness to attempt an attack on the Bastille.
You're wrong. I'm a military man. It was a bold maneuver, but it was a calculated risk. After all, that old fortress is a pile of stones with no buffers, curtain walls, or bastions. As for its garrison, our agents were certain. Only a handful of veterans should have been there. A single charge should have sufficed to disperse them. But the king made other arrangements. He increased the fortress's defenses and placed a swarm of automats at the service of a terrible machine.
Why did you launch this attack?
3 of our companions were held captive in the fortress. Our best agents.
Agents?
Spies, if you prefer. We, the supporters of the Duc d'Orléans, have always worked in the shadows, within the Queen's entourage, in the tribunes of the Estates General, among the patriots in the clubs, amidst the rank and file in the army.
We have had some success, you have to admit.
What machinations have you discovered?
Enough to make Monsieur Marat's ink flow and bring down our rivals. Necker's speculations, Lafayette's dishonorable behavior, Mirabeau's corruption, and many darker secrets.
Such as Lafayette's plot to rescue the Dauphin and his sister Charlotte.
How on earth do you know that?
She seems as well informed as we are.
Oh. It's stuck.
Once again, the king has won.
That won't always be the case. But right now I have something urgent I must do.
Okay.
Tell me about this machine that guards the Bastille.
We were prepared to face an enemy, not an executioner. That thing, half butcher's block, half stocks, was designed to make heads roll.
Who captured you, monsieur?
There was some confusion in the fray, but Cagliostro was in charge. He was the one who ordered me to be shut up in that coffin. Then I was thrown into that awful place where I lost consciousness. After that, everything is a series of blurred visions, with a voice that ordered me to kill, again and again.
I intend to enter the Bastille and free Monsieur de Vaucanson.
For what possible reason, mon Dieu?
She claims that he's the only one who can stop the machines.
Indeed, it's possible. In that case, if you're ready to face the abomination that blocked my path and slaughtered my lieutenants, then don't waste a second. Let's not stay here much longer, Marat. Let's head back to our burrow. There's still some wine left, n'est-ce pas?
More than enough, Leclos. More than enough.
Wonderful. We'll drink to our broken dreams until this finally comes to an end.
Alright. See if there's anything we can loot here. The far drop. Nothing this way. We went backwards. Would just take us to like right here. So we don't need to worry about that. Can't go up that way. Like this gate. for anything that may be on the way up. They love to put, Dark Souls games love to put stuff on lifts and bridges and stuff. Doesn't look like there's anything here though. It looks like we're all the way back outside.
Here you are at last. This is where the path to the Bastille begins. And to think, I would have never thought you'd make it this far. Cependant, I would advise you not to rush. The fighting in these tunnels has weakened the structure. If you go in there, I'm afraid you won't be able to turn back. Delor, I have just one bit of advice to give you. Before going any further, make sure you're not leaving behind any unfinished business. Any commitments that you've not fully met. I shall return to my hiding place. In these unsure times, you can never be too careful. Ne croyez-vous pas?
Okay. No new items still. All these. Create some more power. 2 more keys. Wish he'd have been a little more concise on which way is the way towards the Bastille. Oh, come on. Alright. Make our way down to the lift over here. We'll go down, see if we can get that chest that was down there in his hiding spot. It was locked before. Let's see if it's unlocked now. Oh, that's gonna have a ways to come. Please don't hurt me. That was a little weird. That was the wrong way to jump off, dang it. That's right, nothing in here. Nope, still locked.
Were you able to find proof of...
No.
One thing, but I'm not sure the second... If I were you, I'd go back and...
Monsieur Laclos,
Can I help you, madame?
the representatives of the people are asking for your help, monsieur.
Who exactly are you talking about?
The patriots and representatives of the Third Estate who escaped the massacre.
I need names, madame.
Monsieur de Robespierre, Monsieur Lavoisier, the Marquis de Lafayette.
All these men have declared themselves enemies of the cause to which we have sworn allegiance to.
Is there any cause more important than saving the nation?
No, of course not. And what do these so-called defenders of the people want from me?
They believe they have found a way to neutralize the royal automats for good. And to do it, they beg you to give them one of the explosive cannonballs you invented.
Ma foi, if there is a way to stop these death machines, then I have a duty to assist them. But you must understand that I shall remain on my guard. When doing deals with the enemy, you must take precautions for when the game ends.
If that's how you feel, then by all means take steps to ensure your safety.
Let me think. Where are the representatives?
At the Couvent des Cordeliers.
Very well. Here's what we're going to do. I will go to the convent immediately and try to negotiate a truce. As for you, here is the key to a trunk in the next
Hey,
room.
there we go.
It contains a prototype of my cannonball, as well as the patents and pages that explain how to manufacture it. Bring all of this to me at the convent. However, do not give me anything unless I specifically request it. Is that clear?
Perfectly clear, monsieur. I will follow your instructions.
There we go. Alright. Counterattack on a bayonet. Going to use... Where's our carriage token? There it is. Go here first. Where are we going? Don't know the easiest way to get over there. Range is so small on this weapon. Fall back to the halberd.
Come to me, my dear.
Madame!
Why didn't you come sooner, ma chère? Those poor children in the National Guard. They could have used your help. They marched all day on the Pont Neuf. Oh, you should have heard them singing as they marched on the Place Dauphine. They were very brave then. To hear them, you'd think that the king had already handed over his crown.
What happened?
As far as I know, gunfire, the booming of cannons, shouting, lots of shouting. And then, silence.
None of the soldiers returned.
No, not a single one. My son, my little Francois. He left this morning to join the volunteers, but he hasn't given any sign of life since.
Take comfort, madame. Your son is safe and sound. He has found a safe haven where he is not in danger, and will stay there until it's safe to come out.
Praise be to God. Without you, I would have been overcome with worry. Here, for your trouble. A little something to help you continue your fight. You again, ma chère. And may fortune guide your footsteps.
Okay. You son of a gun. Enlisted men and volunteers who have enlisted in the National Guard. Colonel Armand, the most senior officer, is on the front line. What am I finding these for? Oh, is this the...
Not even the commanding officer was spared.
Gotcha.
Lafayette didn't hand over his army to the king. This must certainly be Colonel Armand. I should keep looking around Place Dauphine. A headquarters at the Pont au Change. By all appearances, it's not official. Most likely an underground hiding place that can be entered from the riverbank. I'll try to track down Capitaine Lefebvre. If he and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis des Noirs, he must have gone towards the Châtelet. It would have been a desperate move for certain. I doubt any of them survived the retreat. Yellow cartridges. The conspirators' secret sign. There was most certainly a conspiracy. There's no doubt about that. But those involved shared the same fate as the rest of them.
Let him blow up. Almost walked into the water. Not the item I meant to use.
You saw the Montmartre collapse into the Seine just as well as I did.
Ah, sir. That was a spectacle I won't soon forget. And to tell you the truth, I'm very happy I managed to escape with my life.
Vous ne comprenez pas. If the automatons aim to cut off Ile de la Cité from the rest of the city, the bridge we're standing on will soon suffer the same fate.
Why would they deprive themselves of a means of retreat? If they really intend to do as you claim, why would they have to put up barricades to prohibit access to the Châtelet from this bridge?
I hope you're right, Monsieur Janvier. I hope you're right.
Do 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 do. It's kind of an annoying fight. What did I just get from that? Oh, there we go. I was expecting there to be another pathway in there. Oh, hello, snake. Let me come all the way up around you.
This gate has a lock that requires some combination of 4 letters. I should follow Capitaine Verre's footsteps. He and his men withdrew to the Société des Amis de Noir. They must have gone towards the Châtelet. I doubt they survived their retreat.
I probably should have done that first. But at least they give us the gate right here, so that's good.
The poor souls. They died just steps from their goal.
Ew, he's got a big old freaking pole sticking out of him.
York? What does that mean?
Okay. Go back down to that 4, that keypad. York is a 4-letter word. I'm assuming the number will be associated with which number of the alphabet, but we'll see.
Y-O-K. Good. The lock opened.
Oh, it wasn't a
The headquarters.
number pad.
This place must be
Letters.
studied carefully.
All officers, I insist yet again on the necessity of putting a stop to the actions of Montmartre, who continues to evade justice. No matter how successful our military actions are, we will be unable to restore public peace as long as this troublemaker remains free to sow the seeds of discord. Therefore, during our operations, be very careful that the person concerned does not take advantage of the chaos that slipped through our fingers. Take him alive if possible, but use all means necessary if he refuses to cooperate. That's from Lafayette? No. From his second in command. We, the officers, soldiers, and veterans of the regiment, liberators of the American people, swear allegiance to Lafayette, the only person in this kingdom who is capable of restoring peace. We hereby vow to follow him at all costs and ensure that his military and political endeavors prevail by any means necessary. New armor and a new weapon.
This document bears the signature of the Marquis de Lafayette. So the rumors were true. The Garde Nationale wasn't formed spontaneously. All of this was carefully orchestrated. It is high time the Marquis de Lafayette explained himself.
close this one, see if we can open it up in the menu, because it looks like it's long. The signatures of this document swear to work to bring about the disposition of King Louis XVI of his name in favor of his eldest son, the Dauphin Louis Joseph. They vow to pursue this aim at any cost and to sacrifice their lives if the situation demands it. They agree in accordance with their position and rank to uphold and observe the following strategic measures. At the first blood shed by the king, the veterans of the Santage regiment stationed at the Hotel des Invalides will form a national guard and will publicly free themselves from royal control. Care shall be taken to stage this mutiny publicly in order to earn the enthusiasm of any people, civilians, or soldiers who might witness it. These newly constituted troops will go to the barracks throughout Paris to call for the assistance of other units. Civilian agents will enter markets where there are large numbers of people and call for volunteers. Jeez. They will have pamphlets, posters, and banners they can use to convince the patriots. Soldiers and volunteers will gather in Place Dauphine, where a recruitment office will be established. The conspirators will insist on the name of Lafayette and will claim him as their leader. Everyone will need to be convinced that the Marquis is the right man to lead. Any who challenge this may be intimidated. When the troops are ready for battle, Lafayette will come to lead them. This is followed by about 20 signatures, and Lafayette's signature is on the first line. Okay. Roll through all those to make it go away. Discus throw. An ingenious internal mechanism launches a disc at the enemy, causing physical damage and throwing them off balance. Got 400 impact. Does really low physical damage though. Purely a power weapon though, so we're definitely gonna upgrade it. Okay, so we need the rest of the formal set. Like it's good for armor. There's nothing else here. Let's go ahead and use a carriage token. Another power upgrade.
These gentlemen and I have come to an agreement.
That is good news.
We will resolve our differences when the time comes. The matter is settled.
You can count on it, Laclos. But now it is clear that we are fighting the same adversary.
Adversary? You are rather indulgent, Monsieur le Marquis. It seems that you are still fond of him, despite his heinous crimes.
Oh, de grâce.
Truly, the king is no more than a wild beast. And together, in large numbers, we will hunt him down.
Madame, please give the model and the engineering notes to Monsieur de Robespierre. However, you shall hold on to the patents. No one knows what the future may hold.
Let there be peace between you, gentlemen, for there is still much work to be done. We believe we now have a way to destroy the lanterns. Without them, the machines will no longer be able to carry out their sinister task. But it is still just a strategy, which needs to be tested. And even a conclusive experiment will not guarantee our success. Where will we find a working cannon? How will we get more vitriol? How will we make more cannonballs? Please, I ask each of you to set to work without delay. Pour la nation, messieurs.
Pour la nation.
Pour la nation!
Pour la nation.
Man, that other guy bounced. Not even here no more. Left quick.
Monsieur le Marquis,
I'm listening, Aegis.
I spoke with Monsieur Marat and Monsieur Laclos.
Ah, the scoundrels. Did you force them to confess? Do you know what they did with the children?
They admitted to organizing the ambush at Gros Caillou.
Cursed recreants. Cowardly corrupters of innocence. Where are they holding their prisoners? They must be rescued immediately.
They do not have Charlotte and the Dauphin.
Excuse me? They dare to claim that?
It is the truth. The ambush was a catastrophe. The king had gotten wind of your plans. Automats from Versailles slaughtered the kidnappers and seized the children. By now, the children will have been reunited with their father. There is little doubt about that.
Mon Dieu. Then it is from the clutches of that tyrant in his own palace that they must be saved. I fear that such an undertaking is doomed to failure, although there is no question of giving up.
Monsieur le Marquis, there is a most unfortunate rumor about you going round.
Oh, just one, is there?
You are accused of having delivered the troops who had gathered in the Place Dauphine over to the king.
Calumny. This is nothing less than vile slander.
Save your breath, General. The rumor is true. I can prove it. There's no point in trying to defend yourself. I know that you raised the National Guard for the sole purpose of taking command of it. There was nothing spontaneous about the uprising.
Do you have any evidence to support your accusations?
I do. I have the manifesto.
Bon sang.
Why resort to this manipulation?
You must understand. What I have done, I did for the good of the kingdom. I wanted to stop this massacre while protecting the Queen and the Dauphin. In the name of the people, Aegis. But an actual uprising of the people would have inevitably led to disaster. Only professional soldiers could organize and lead the resistance.
Who were your accomplices?
My brothers in arms, the brave men of the Régiment de Saintonge, veterans of the American War, men who at the Battle of Yorktown brought an empire to its knees. Alas, we gravely underestimated the enemy's forces. We thought we would face an infantry supported by a handful of machines, but an entire army of automats. It was unthinkable.
Some accuse you of harboring a lust for power. The circumstances were to your advantage.
These aspersions are all too familiar to me. But tell me, if I wanted the crown for myself, why did I not take it when I returned from America? When I had seasoned troops at my command and the people sang my praises with one voice? No, that makes no sense. Though I readily admit that I do believe I am worthy of fulfilling an important role for the Queen after her son is crowned. Lieutenant General of the Kingdom, for example. Or even, if circumstance requires, the Regent. Voila. Now you know everything. I haven't left anything out. However, this truth, if it were made public, would play right into my enemy's hands. So I ask you not to reveal anything I've just told you, and to give me the manifesto.
Oh no.
No, General. You'll forgive me for choosing to hold on to it.
In that case, my fate remains in your hands. Can you at least tell me where my detractor is hiding? The one who is spreading these charming rumors about me.
I cannot tell you anything, General.
Oh, no matter. I will not let this serpent continue to vilify me. I shall get redress for these aspersions in the end.
Do as you wish, General de Lafayette. Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis. Monsieur Marat.
Madame?
I'm surprised to find you here. Did you follow me?
Didn't you know? The Duke's allies are always impeccably informed. Some even say that we have eyes and ears everywhere.
What do you want from me?
To tell you the truth, I can't wait to hear what you've discovered about the matter at hand. And I was afraid you might leave me in the lurch. You can never be too cautious these days. That's why I decided it would be better for me to come to you.
You were right. Lafayette was behind this purportedly popular uprising.
Aha! I've got him at last.
But he had no intention of handing his men over to the king. His goal was to raise an army and command the troops himself.
It doesn't matter. These troops would have allowed him to crush the Patriots and set himself up as a dictator. He lied to the people. He lied to the Assemblée Nationale. His time has come. All I need is for you to give me the proof of his treason.
Here. The details about the operation are written in this manifesto.
Madame, I didn't expect so much. The end of Mortier de Lafayette. The executioner has signed his own death warrant. I will now share these revelations with the people's representatives. Long live the Assemblée Nationale.
Marat, ça par exemple. You're certainly a bold one.
Monsieur, I have come to pay my respects.
Mon pauvre ami, you must be out of your mind to come and defy those you so cruelly maligned.
Maligned, you say? This remains to be seen, Monsieur de Mirabeau. I have here a document that its author has amusingly entitled Le Manifeste Henri V. It appears that the name Louis has fallen from fashion these days.
Quiet, scoundrel, or I'll make you swallow your tongue!
Come now, you wouldn't dare, my dear Mortier. Not when we're in such fine and plentiful company. Monsieur, in these pages, you will learn of the vast plot devised by the Marquis de Lafayette and his sinister conspirators. You will discover how our national hero orchestrated the so-called popular uprising that gave rise to the National Guard.
Bon sang. Monsieur le Marquis.
You will also learn that he has proclaimed himself General-in-Chief in the hope of making himself king in turn, and that it is his lust for power to which the patriots who fell in Place Dauphine owe their tragic fate.
C'est incroyable.
You must believe it, cher monsieur, because to add insult to injury, this tomfool was daft enough to sign his missive.
Par tous les saints. If what Marat says is true, this is treachery of the basest sort.
Well, Monsieur le Marquis, do you deny it?
No, I don't. The loathsome Marat speaks the truth. I wanted to create an army that would be able to rid our kingdom of our anointed executioner, just as we freed America from England's choking grasp. I only kept it secret to avoid causing more chaos. Can you understand?
You defied the people, Lafayette. This is enough to condemn you.
So be it. You won't hear from me anymore. I leave the fate of the nation in the hands of the speechifiers and demagogues. I encourage you to say your prayers, gentlemen, for our end is near. As for you, rat, go back to the cesspit from whence you came. You should never have come out.
I will gladly follow that order, General. Such is my pleasure that it will be your last.
Well, guess that ends that quest chain.
If I take one more step, there will be no turning back. This path will lead me straight to the Quartier du Temple.
And I hoped it was just gonna be like right on the other side of it, then we'd be in like a new area. But like I got a little bit more exploring to do. Hopefully there won't be too much more because this episode's getting a little long. Okay, so that's how I get around to the other side. You're all the way over there, huh? I don't know about that one. Don't know that there's any other way, though. Give it 1 or 2 more tries. Hopefully we get it. Definitely not doing that. Alright, we're gonna try and run all the way along the side and then jump. Oh. Okay, we made it. Some of these jumps they've made are... You have to be extremely accurate. Oops. Definitely don't see any other way to get over there. This has got to be the way. It's finding the spot that's probably the closest. It gets maybe that corner right there. Son of a gun. Twice I've done that. It's so hard to see up there. Alright. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Try to jump on the lamppost is what you're supposed to do, I guess. Go from there to over here. I'd have been planning for that from the start. Probably would have gone a bit better. Can't be too much more of this level, right? The pit. Instant death if we fall is what it looks like. Even if we made it over there, where would we go from there is the question. Oh, there's a grapple point. Okay. really worth coming down here. Let's see. Upgrade this discus weapon. Essence. For the final upgrade. Gonna be a bit longer than the others trying to get out of this area. Wasn't even going up there. Not all that I expected to be up there. Okay, so I can jump over this. Bunch of improved grenades right now. So there's no carriage, so let's just find a Vestal real quick. And then we'll stop this episode.
There's no turning back. From now on, I will have to do without a carriage. The Bastille is to the south of the Temple.
Okay. Reduces endurance, but dodges and jumps no longer use any. I like that one. $130 of these. I know we only have 15. Rid of all the resistance vials because I don't care about those. Last upgrade here. How much does that reduce our endurance? Because we only have 107 right now. Reduces it to 57. Jeez, we would never be able to attack. Just a little bit lower damage. The impact, though, impact is crazy. I mainly use the secondary one for the secondary effect, so let's throw on the one that has the huge impact damage. Okay, that's gonna be it for this episode of the Let's Play series through Steelrising. Hope everyone's enjoying. If you are, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.